What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So I recently had a question regarding this little hole on the side of the headlight here, and I wanted to go over in this video why this is such a common problem and how to fix it, so stay tuned. One of the most commonly lost pieces on the C5 Corvette is this little plug right here. And if you've ever owned a C5 Corvette, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. These small plugs sit on the side of your headlight bezel and they're notorious for flying out, whether from vibration, high speeds, or just not being a great design in the first place. And they cover up this little adjustment screw right here, which is for the beam of your headlight. The 97 to 99 models used the pop-in style of plug, which basically just popped right into the hole and kept out the dirt and debris. Of course, these plugs started quickly disappearing because at high speeds, the wind resistance would catch the lip of it and rip it right out and onto your windshield. Chevy's idea to fix this was implemented from 2000 to 2004, and they switched from the push-in style to the twist-in style. These still tend to go missing from time to time though, but this is much less common. This can probably be attributed to several things, like maybe the owner just didn't twist in the plug all the way and it popped out, but this is all to say that the design still isn't perfect. However, I think that everyone can agree that the 2000 and up versions do a much better job at keeping the plugs in place. When the plug goes missing, you get a hole in your headlight like this, and it doesn't affect performance, but it looks unfinished and messy, and it bugs a lot of people, myself included. I mean, come on, who wants a big hole in the side of their headlight? Plus, when you're driving at night, you just see a big beam of light coming out of this hole, and it's super distracting, and it just looks terrible. So to fix this on my car, I designed and 3D printed a new plug that locks into the hole and fits in much tighter. And the installation is essentially the exact same as OEM. As you guys can see, it has a nice flush fit, and you really have to pry on this thing to get it out. I've even tested these at high speeds and in the rain, and they've held up really well. Originally, I just made these for my car, but I also put them on my Etsy store in case anybody else is interested in buying some of these, so check those out in the description below if you want to pick up a set. I also have the 3D file available if you have your own 3D printer. This is probably the easiest way to fix this issue on the older style bezels. Now, if you want a slightly more expensive OEM option, you can actually switch your headlight bezels to the 2000 plus GM design. You can buy the bezels and plugs as a kit on eBay or Amazon for around $60, and this will keep your plugs locked into place. This is a great option, especially if your headlight bezels are already beat up and you could use a replacement. But either way, both of these options are going to greatly reduce the risk of your plugs flying out. So you have a few options. The 3D printed replacement that stays put better than the original, upgrading to the factory style twist-in plugs from the later cars, or secret option 3, tape over the plugs or use glue. I was reading on Reddit that a lot of people use double-sided 3M tape or glue to keep the plugs in, and this can work, but this is going to be pretty messy. And on top of that, if you do need to adjust your headlight beams and you glue these in, you're going to have to remove the bezel entirely, which means you're going to have to remove all of your screws and pull off the entire bezel to adjust your headlight. But no matter what option you choose, these are all going to help you to eliminate this problem so you never have to think about your headlight plugs again. But that's all for this week, guys. If you enjoyed the content for today, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for future content, and I'll catch you guys next week. Later.